Yeah, it's pretty fucking sweet, but you can just bust out with that at a party, just, you know, what do you do? Oh, I just play games for a living. Yeah, you just need to be as smug as possible to make it sound even cooler.
This is 19-year-old Hamish Parker in concentration mode, game in full swing. He's playing a fantasy game called Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne.
It's a real-time strategy game. You just start off with like a main base and you expand out, build an army, have to verse one other player and just defeat their base.
It's one of the largest computer games in the world with literally millions of players. But Hamish is one of the select few who've taken it to the next level. The game became a job. His professional gaming career started at an Auckland tournament called Xland. He was only 15.
And so I won that like 3 years in a row, and ever since then just been going overseas and being picked up by various teams and playing professionally. It was pretty sweet because the transaction happened pretty fast, you know, just playing for fun and like just in a week and like going overseas to like Singapore and getting paid and shit. I was like, wow, this is awesome.
He's the best gamer New Zealand has ever seen.
Well, I've been number 1 in New Zealand since I started gaming. Overall, my international ranking, the best I ever had was rank 27, which is pretty good.
And with those rankings comes a lifestyle far from the stereotype of a teenager locked away with their computer.
Been to Singapore twice, I've been to Italy, been to Germany, been to Boston and Seattle. But for my Boston experience, that was a special invite tournament, and that Blizzard, the makers of Warcraft, paid for it all, and they friggin' go all out. They gave me my own limo, 5-star hotel.
They all thought it was cool. His friends thought, wow. And he was written up in the Kashmir magazine, wasn't he?
Singapore was the start of it. He caught the eye of a major computer manufacturer.
I got picked up by Razer, and that was the big time. That's when I joined the big boys and like started making the big money.
He was getting $200 a week from his sponsors, and up to another $200 if he won his tournament matches.
Warcraft in my life was never supposed to be so big, but it kind of just progressed that way that it kind of even took over study. So I mean, I never actually foresaw it doing anything at all, just kind of a hobby that turned into a job.
Gaming's taken off as a huge entertainment pastime now. I think, you know, the last couple of years it was almost surpassing, you know, movies as a form of entertainment.
It's pretty big in Europe, it's huge in China, it's gigantic in Korea. People ask you, like, I'm a professional gamer, and they're like, so you play games for a living? This giant question mark comes out of their face. You go to Korea and you say, I'm a professional gamer, and they say, can I have your fucking autograph?
And there are a lot of, you know, gamers that play online games, but for Hamish to have achieved what he has is remarkable, you know, for a city like Christchurch and in the small country that New Zealand is. Great achievement.
I think he's got a great character. He's a great fun kid. Look, he hasn't even caused us a minute's worry, really, has he? You know, if he's going to go out and be late, he'll tell me. If he's going to do this, he'll tell me. He said, if I'm going to be on heroin, I'll tell you. And he would. He seriously would.
Playing at the level he has, Hamish thinks like a professional.
It's good for your mind, it's exercise for your brain, and for us small people to actually take it, you know, to the next step, it becomes a career. And soon enough it'll be like a sport. I mean, if you spend your whole life playing rugby or tennis and you don't become a big star, is that a waste of time?
And in this game, you don't have time to waste. Actions per minute on the keyboard, or APM for short, are crucial.
My standard APM was about 180 to 200, so it's about 3 actions per second. But in battles, your APM will probably get up to about 10 actions per second, and it's just fully, you can't not concentrate for 1 second.
He's individually controlling up to 50 units and having to fight off just as many. With his APM, he's developed a typing speed of 132 words per minute. A good secretary can type at 80. And while it may be every boy's dream, getting paid to play games, the 5 hours of practice a day can take the shine off.
For ages I played just for fun, but as soon as I had to play professionally and actually practice, you stop playing for fun, you know? Like, it can be fun, but you're not doing it because it's so fun. I can't wait to get home and play. Like, there's a lot of frustration, a lot of fucking hard work, and it's just a lot of practice.
Hamish suffers from insomnia. In a way, it may be his secret weapon. In a way, it led him to the games.
I guess my sleeping problems, I've had them since I was about 9ish. I can definitely remember having them in primary school. A standard cycle would have me about asleep 2 nights and then I would miss a night and just kind of do that. And I just think, fuck it, I'm insane. I can't sleep. I may as well just do insane things like go outside in the lawn and play some guitar at 3 a.m. That's when I kind of think about stuff. It's like, it's prime time for thinking.
3 times in his life, he's gone a week straight without sleeping.
Definitely the most crazy times of my life. It all kicks in about 5 days. The 6 days is where you actually hallucinate kind of. And the 7 days, you know, you're gonna either sleep or die.
It's a serious problem he still battles with. He doesn't blame the games.
I've had my sleeping problems for much longer before I figured out gaming. I guess really the other way around is that my insomnia has helped me actually with gaming.
And with that way of thinking, he's found his own way to deal with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be crazy. You just may as well embrace it. I mean, it's the only way to solve that problem. You're crazy. Awesome. Problem solved.
And there's an acceptance too, that his time with Warcraft is up.
The game is slowly dying because StarCraft 2 is coming out. It's just really hard. The money went down and I just wasn't earning enough from it anymore, so I just had to throw it in pretty much.
So now the former champ is on the dole, and the search for his first non-gaming job isn't going well.
No one wants to pick me up. It's just unfortunate that not only no one understands my resume, but also this fucking recession going on. It's pretty bad luck. I feel like I'm going down a step almost, you know? Like, all these people had supermarket jobs whilst I was already like off overseas gaming. Now I have to like go find a supermarket job and they've already like evolved somewhere else.
But there's no regrets. In fact, there's a bit of pride.
People think, you know, shit, you never quite made it. But for as far as the New Zealander goes, I think I've taken it as far and then as far as it can go and maybe a little beyond. It was just a hobby that just exploded into something so big, so fast, and it instantly became what I was known for and who I am, and just pretty fucking awesome to be honest.